We got more on the Philadelphia Eagles signing veteran slot corner Bradley Roby. Also, it's almost decision time. Do we keep Zach Morrow in or do we bring in Nakobe Dean? Plus, are you worried about how the Eagles are using Dallas Goedert? Lastly, A.J. Brown told Slay he was scoring 2 tubs, and Jalen Hurts and Joe Montana are the only 2 quarterbacks to do what? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast, and today we got a lot to get into, but before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like, subscribe if you are new, and turn on the notification bell. That way you know when we drop these videos or go live like we did yesterday when the breaking news hit about Bradley Roby. The Eagles signed the 31-year-old veteran cornerback Bradley Roby. Here you're going to see Justin Evans knock it out, Bradley Roby with the recovery, so they have played together, and I think that's important because in today's game with the big nickel 3 safety look, you're going to see some motion, and when motion happens, maybe the nickel passes it off to the safety, so you need to have some good communication there. However, he's going to start on the practice squad, but so did Nicholas Morrow. Who knows when he'll be elevated? At the end of the day, it kills 2 birds, 1 stone. Josh Jobe goes to the sideline, Bradbury back to his original position, and a veteran guy who's done it. Just last year, he started 10 games with the Saints, 5 pass breakups, and he had a tackle for loss. He's not going to save the day, but he makes us deeper and better in the secondary, especially when things starts to gel. Now to a good problem to have, and that is the playmaker Nicholas Morrow, who's only getting a start because of injury. Remember Nakob Dean? He started alongside of Zach Cunningham, but look how good Nicholas Morrow has been. He's the 2nd highest graded linebacker in the NFL through 4 weeks. Number 1, Raekwon Smith, 89.4. Number 2, Nicholas Morrow, 84.9. He's not just playing good in week 4. Nakobe Dean, we have high hopes for, but are you really going to interrupt what's going on at the linebacker position to get your 3rd round pick in? I think Cunningham and Morrow have been spectacular together. And when he's not getting sacks or tackles for loss, he's always around the ball. Zach Cunningham, Nicholas Morrow are doing big things against the run. I'm not saying they're great covered linebacker, but Nakobe Dean isn't doing great in that area either. I think there's still a high ceiling for Nakobe Dean, and he's going to be a part of the future. But I don't know if you can take Nicholas Morrow out when, as Selena said in the live stream yesterday, he got the fire symbol on him if you're playing some type of video game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Keep Morrow in, take him out for Nakobe Dean, because the time's coming up. It's already been like 2 weeks. In the next week or so, we got to make that decision. As for the offense, it looked good week 4 against the Commanders. You can see Jalen Hurts is starting to cook, but a lot of people are upset that we're still not getting Dallas Goedert involved. We've seen Devontae and AJ both eat. Now it's Dallas Goedert's turn. He did catch a beautiful pass here from Jalen Hurts, but this is what Nick Sirianni had to say. Trust me, I promise you, he's still part of the plan of wanting us to get him the football. We need to get him the football. Sometimes there's a dry spell in there, too, of what's kind of going on right now. This is Nick Sirianni on Dallas Goedert, who, again, is a playmaker. He gets a lot of yak. Last year, we were running him like crazy on tight end screens. I think that's how you get him going. Tight end screens. We've been running some running back screens, wide receiver screens, so catch the defense off guard. Rams, shh, don't tell them. Run a couple tight end screens. I guarantee you, Goddard's going to take a 5-yard pass or a 3-yard behind the line of scrimmage pass and run it for dang near a 1st down. I think you got to get him involved like you did Smitty, like you did AJ, and it's up to Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni. However, there is only 1 football to go around, so he's going to have to be patient or he's going to have to get open so good that Jalen Hurts has to hit him. At the end of the day, he did speak about being patient, and he knows his turn's going to come. I know he wants the ball. Everybody wants the ball, but this offense is just starting to click. Somebody who did go off versus the Commanders was A.J. Brown, but he actually called it. Listen, Slay said on his podcast, my boy A.J. finally got in the end zone. I've been on his behind every day telling him I'm one up on you. I got more touchdowns than you. I was bragging in his face. I'm trying to tell y'all. He told me this week, Slay, you going to see me in the end zone a lot this week. I told him I need to see it now. So AJ not only called his first game with a touchdown, he told Slay, you're going to see me a lot. And I think 2 times is a lot. That's why when he caught that last pass and he cut it back in, he was saying, I got to get this touchdown. That was his first touchdown of the season. And then when Jalen told him to go with that double move on Emmanuel Forbes, he was like, sign me up. I'm going to cook the young boy. And guess what? That will be number 2. So I kept my word to Darius Slay. And again, Emmanuel Forbes was frustrated throughout the game, but he also got frustrated when AJ dropped the ball in his lap. I mean, everybody will get frustrated, I guess, but a $147 on your head? Sheesh. But let's talk more about this offense, because there's a narrative that this offense, this whole team, but somewhat the offense ain't as good as it was last year. And it's still early. I'm not saying we're rusty, but through week 4, we got the 5th most points per game, 29.5, and the 5th most yards per game, 392. So to me, this offense is still cooking if we're top 5 in points and yards, and that's what matters. This is Nick Sirianni on the Eagles total team. Not looking good as last year. The claims. We can't be any better than what we are now at 4-0. That's all I really can say. And we found ways to win games. Would I debate that we don't look good? Yeah, I would. 4-0 is 4-0. And so how can a 4-0 team say they're not playing good? Can you compare it to last year? Because when I look at last year, I look at the whole year. It was a great year. We can't break down exactly, or I can, but are we really going to do that? What we did through week 1, 2, 3, 4 in 2022, week 1, 2, 3, 4 in 2023. Now you got to compare the opponents, the home and aways, a lot of stuff. At the end of the day, things are starting to level out, right? The Bucs game, defense looked good. Commanders game, offense looked good. We're going to eventually put it together. That's why we go out and get a slot corner, right? We've been having some adversity on defense, but the patience, the toughness of this team, stick through it. Just know, there's only 2 teams 4-0, us and the 49ers. And the 49ers play the Cowboys. And listen, I'd rather the Niners stay undefeated and the Cowboys fall further behind the NFC East champs. Last thing I'm going to say about this offense, Jalen Hurts did something nobody's done in 40 years. Jalen Hurts has won 5 straight regular season starts when trailing by double digits. Joe Montana is the last quarterback to accomplish this in 89-90. Hurts and Montana are the only quarterbacks to accomplish this feat in the last 40 years. That's no joke, right? Yes, if you're trailing, how did you get trailing? Was your defense? Did you suck in the first half? But 5 straight games trailing, and you come back and win. Trailing by double digits. That just goes to show guys like Montana, guys like Hurts, whenever you're down, as long as they're on your team, you have a chance to win. And this game shows you Jalen Hurts will be the player we always knew he will, via running, via passing. He did all this from the pocket, and the Commanders' defense ain't that bad. Again, it took a little time, some new adjustments, but the Eagles are cooking, and it's from number 1, our leader. Don't get it twisted. Let me know in the comment section how many yards is Jalen Hurts going to throw for against the LA Rams. Drop it in the comment section. Let's talk a little bit about the defensive line, but I want to focus in on someone that's being left out for all the hoopla, and that is Fletch. This man has been rejuvenated. Say it's from the Philly Dogs, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, playing less snaps. I don't know, but he is banging each play. Fletch currently leads all defensive tackles in quarterback hits with 7. He's not missing a beat in his 12th season. And look at this play, right? He just slaps 76 around, gets in the face of Sam Howell. He does it again, right? One-on-ones suit this guy really well. He's still stout against the run. He's getting quarterback hits, quarterback pressures, and it's because of the chips to Hassan Reddick, the attention to Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. But Fletch is still a fan favorite. He gets that crowd going. He gets a sack, and he does that crawl. Man, the link lights up. And you know this stadium is hard to play in. The offense gets clicking after a big sack, whether it's Fletch, anybody in the link get a sack. The crowd goes up if it's on 3rd down. If the last thing we seen was a sack, the crowd is as loud as it can be. When Hurts comes out there, they all feed off it. I'm telling you, it's going to come clutch in some home games down the stretch. And again, we haven't seen the sack numbers, but the pressures are there, the quarterback hits are there, the hurries are there, not just from Fletch, but Milton, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. And as the secondary cleans up, they're going to turn to sacks. Big ones. Lastly, yesterday we talked about how bad we were on third down, right? Giving up wide open passes. Pretty aggressive on first and second, but bad on third down. Something else that shocked me is we had 0 takeaways versus the Commanders. We came into week 4 second in the NFL in takeaways. We got interceptions, fumbles, and we were doing it on special teams. Each week, 1 through 3, we had 2 or more turnovers. And in week 4, we had 2 opportunities, right? Terrell Edmonds had an opportunity for an interception that was gifted by the D-line. He dropped it. And what's his name? Oh, yeah, MVP Nicholas Morrow punched it out, but we couldn't recover it. I'm not too worried, but this defense does thrive off of turnovers, especially if we're going to give up chunk yards to guys like Sam Howell, Mac Jones. First of all, I want to clean that up, right? That's why, again, third time saying it, you go get a slot corner to try to even out your secondary. But turnovers are a big part of this defense, and we need to see them week 5 against the Rams. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on everything we talked about. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. Go get your merch, whether it's an Air Hurt shirt, a Philly Dog shirt, a Philly Dog hat. You know Nolan Smith be loving these hats. And we going to be dropping the hoodies and the new Philly Dog logo, so you might want to wait on the Philly Dog shirt. But get the hat and be prepared for the hoodie. Link in the description and the pinned comment section. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.